The story revolves around a well-known neighborhood restaurant called The Seven, located on Spring Avenue in Hong Kong. Sky Ko, the restaurant's highly skilled chef, is renowned for his mastery of Southern-style cuisine. A local culinary show features the 30-year-old restaurant and Sky showcasing his talent to a national audience. Though already famous on Spring Avenue, the show amplifies his reputation. His friend Uni, who handles the restaurant's finances, is introduced alongside him. Sky is known for being uncompromising when it comes to food quality and timely service, a key reason why The Seven is always bustling, often with long lines forming outside. One day, a brash customer skips the line and tries to use his wealth and influence to demand service. Sky refuses, staying true to his principles. Before leaving, the man mocks the restaurant, revealing that his boss is bringing a world-class chef to open a prestigious 3-star restaurant directly across the street. Though Uni initially brushes off the claim, she can't shake a feeling of unease. Meanwhile in France, royalty celebrates the birth of their newborn son with an extravagant bowl. The guest chef for the occasion is Paul N., a Michelin-starred Korean chef trained in France. Known for his fusion of international cuisines, Paul prepares a special dessert, a red egg filled with mango and coconut, symbolizing good luck for the newborn. The royals are deeply moved by both the taste and the thought behind it. Paul returns to his restaurant to a hero's welcome and is offered a promotion as executive chef of the Art Nouveau chain. To everyone's surprise, he turns it down, choosing instead to chase a more ambitious dream in Asia. Paul and his assistant Neo accept an offer from a Chinese businessman to launch a high-end restaurant in Hong Kong. Back on Spring Avenue, rumors of the new restaurant are confirmed. Sky is conflicted. He wants the neighborhood to flourish, but fears what this new competition could mean for small businesses. He carries emotional baggage from his childhood. His father, Mountain Ko, a famous chef, abandoned him at the age of 10, dismissing him as talentless. Fortunately, Uncle Seven took him in and taught him everything he knows about cooking. Sky hasn't seen his father in over 2 decades and has no intention of reconnecting. Soon, Paul arrives in Hong Kong and heads to the market for a rare grouper. The seller gives it to Sky, believing he'll make better use of it. A minor argument follows, ending in the fish being split between the two chefs. A few weeks later, Stellar, the new 3-star restaurant, opens directly across from The Seven. The Lee Management Group executives attend the grand opening, while The Seven tries to attract customers with limited-time discounts. A clash between the two restaurants' staff draws attention, and Uni suggests settling the tension with a cook-off. Sky and Paul, recognizing each other from the market, agree. In a fish-cutting contest, Paul expertly removes the bones of the fish, but Sky impresses everyone by slicing the fish into perfect, even cuts in less than a minute. The Lee Group chairman proposes they settle the real score at the International Chef Challenge. Both chefs are already signed up. He also adds a twist: if Sky wins, Spring Avenue's heritage buildings will be preserved. If Paul wins, the area will be redeveloped. The pressure on Sky is immense. Customers dwindle as Stellar gains traction, but Sky reassures Uni that there's space for all tastes, much like how escargots and field snails both have their fans. He remains confident in their uniqueness. But challenges continue. Stellar monopolizes the best ingredients at the market, making it harder for The Seven to compete. Their spirits lift when Sky is confirmed as a participant in the culinary competition. But the stakes are raised when it's revealed that the reigning 2-time champion is none other than Mountain Ko, his estranged father. Uncle Seven returns from a trip and invites Sky to meet him at a bar. There, Sky is stunned to see Mountain. Mountain coldly tells him he still doesn't believe in him and has no regrets. Sky, deeply hurt, masks his pain with determination and vows to prove his worth through the competition. On the day of the culinary showdown, the contestants are given 90 minutes to prepare and present a dish of their choice. Sky opts to make a traditional salt-baked duck, while Paul creates a foie gras sorbet. Throughout the 90 minutes, both chefs display remarkable skill and precision as they work on their dishes. Sky expertly carves out the inside of the duck with ease, impressing the audience and drawing gasps of admiration. Finally, he bakes the duck encased in salt and cracks open the hardened layer to reveal a perfectly cooked duck filled with vegetable stuffing. The judges taste both dishes and appear to be more impressed with Sky's duck than with Paul's sorbet. When it comes time to vote, Paul earns 3 scores of 9 and an impressive 10, totaling 37 points. Immediately after, Sky receives the perfect 10s from the first 2 judges, a 9 from the third, and an 8 from the final judge. Since the scores ended in a tie, the head judge stepped in to break it, ultimately awarding the win to Paul, citing that his presentation outshines Sky's more straightforward plating. Even though Paul's victory should have cemented his reputation as a chef, things take an unexpected turn during the celebration. The manager tells Paul that he plans to replace him with Mayo for the finals. The manager claims that a woman would be more appealing to the media than a man. When Paul tries to defend his role as head chef, Mayo reveals that he struggles to taste certain flavors, like saltiness. For several months, he has relied on a notebook with all his recipes to cook, able to prepare dishes independently. Mayo also reveals that she never truly intended to befriend Paul, and only allied with him to eventually surpass him as a chef. Feeling betrayed and hurt, Paul storms out of the restaurant, vowing never to return. That night, Sky runs into a drunken Paul outside an event stadium. For a brief moment, they set aside their rivalry and open up to each other, sharing their past struggles and troubles. Paul confides that his father was a renowned chef, and his dying wish was for Paul to follow in his footsteps. In return, Sky opens up about his strained relationship with Mountain. After their conversation, they develop a mutual respect for one another. Together, they throw bottles of alcohol at Mountain's picture on a billboard, cursing him in Korean. Paul refuses to give up on the competition. Since he can't participate as a representative of the stellar restaurant, he decides to enter as an individual chef by finding a loophole in the rule book. He also invites Sky to join him for the semi-finals. Meanwhile, the manager of Stellar is at the Seven restaurant, pressuring Uncle Seven to sell the restaurant to the Lee Group. Just then, Paul and Sky arrive and reveal their partnership. Paul also reminds the manager that, as the competition winner, he has the right to compete in the championship. Over the following weeks, Sky and Paul train side by side, experimenting with each other's culinary styles and ultimately blending traditional cuisine with modern techniques. The semi-finals of the culinary competition are held at the Studio City Casino in Macau, where the winner will earn the chance to challenge the reigning god of cookery, Mountain Co. The competition begins, and Sky and Paul combine their culinary skills to take on for other top chefs from around the world. Somehow, the Lee Group manages to get Mayo into the competition as well, where she cooks with extra care, determined to prove she's better than Paul. She prepares an oyster dish with frozen foam that initially impresses the judges, but once tasted, they find it rather mediocre. Meanwhile, Paul and Sky craft a deconstructed mapo tofu, with Sky's refined palate guiding the flavor balance and Paul's mastery of culinary techniques shaping the preparation and presentation. Together, they transform a classic dish with a modern twist, earning detailed praise from the judges, who are thoroughly impressed. Ultimately, they win the round and advance to the finals. While the crowd erupts in cheers, Paul glances at Mayo, who stands with her head bowed in shame for betraying him and failing to prove herself. For the final round, only one chef is allowed to face Mountain. Paul believes that his impaired sense of taste makes him unfit to compete. Knowing how personal Sky's desire to defeat Mountain is, he encourages Sky to take on Mountain in the final round. The next day, Sky faces his father. The competition allows them to cook whatever dish they choose within an hour. Father and son remain silent, not exchanging any words before the competition begins. Mountain starts cooking right away, while Sky is lost in his thoughts. He recalls how Mountain abandoned him and reflects on the importance of the people in his neighborhood. Overwhelmed by his thoughts, Sky struggles to focus. To snap him out of it, Mountain splashes water onto his son's face. The cold shock brings Sky back to reality. and he quickly begins preparing the dough. By the end of the hour, Mountain creates an elaborate sugar sculpture of molten lava with a flower on top. In contrast, Sky's dish is simpler but carries a more personal touch. He prepares noodles, similar to the ones Mountain made years ago before leaving him. The judges taste Mountain's dish and are impressed. However, Sky doesn't present his dish to them. Instead, he offers the bowl of noodles to Mountain. Mountain tastes the noodles and is deeply moved, recalling the significance behind them. Finally, he has no choice but to recognize his son's exceptional talent in culinary arts. The winner of the competition remains uncertain since the judges never had the chance to taste the dishes. In the next scene, a crowd gathers outside the Seven restaurant to celebrate the Chinese New Year. They enjoy a meal prepared by Sky and Paul, who have come together like a family to cook. And that's where the story ends. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell to get updated on every video that we upload. Thank you, and have a great day.